The fifth skills area in the ACES system is efficiency. And we all love efficient people because they get things done. And they take the path of least resistance to anything, and they get there faster than the rest. Now, if you scored yourself low on that kind of skill, then there are plenty of things in the Smart Performance book that can help you make this an area that you can improve. So here are three examples. The first is a little story called 20 Mile March, and this is about when Scott and Amundsen were racing to the South Pole. Amundsen was a very disciplined kind of person, and he calculated that 20 miles was the optimum number that his team should march every day based on the equipment that they had to carry. Scott was more cavalier. So Amundsen essentially made his people march 20 miles a day, regardless. And he wouldn't let them overshoot if the weather was good and the going was good, and he wouldn't let them undershoot and stay in their tent if the weather was bad. Scott, however, allowed his team to undershoot and overshoot, and when they overshot, of course, they were exhausted for the following day, and it was Amundsen that won. So the metaphor for work is to make sure that you consistently do the appropriate amount rather than overshoot when it's easy and undershoot when it's tough. So that's the 20-mile march. The second idea is acts administrivia. Now, we all do what they often call comfort work or simple administrative stuff, and a lot of it's not very important, sort of boring really, but you can sort of get into it and just cruise along. But the thing is, that work doesn't lead to high quality. It's just functional stuff. So you need to axe as much of that as you possibly can from your job and what your team is doing. And the third idea is minimum effort, maximum impact. If you draw a short grid of high to low impact and high to low effort, it is easy to identify the quadrant where you can have the maximum impact, but by using the minimum effort, and that is what you should try to do. So these are just three examples of the 80 pieces of learning material in the Smart Performance book.